Hi guys and welcome back. Now before this video starts, I want to be absolutely clear. I am fully aware there are bugs. PS4 has a lot of issues. It is getting better, that I'm told. I haven't played it in PS4 myself. I have only played in Xbox and PC versions of Fallout 76. Now in this today I'm going to look at some of the problems and issues that certain people have brought up, discuss them a little bit and explain to you why I actually think Fallout 76 is a good game. Now, this isn't jumping on a fanboy wagon or anything else. I'm just honestly sick of seeing everyone jump on the hate train, which is mainly for views. Now, a lot of the people who actually comment on these videos haven't even played the game. The stock answer is, I've seen enough reviews to know that it's not good. However, that isn't the case. Ever since the announcement of Fallout 76 at E3, the hate train has really gathered wheels. Now, a lot of this came from creators and avid players who enjoyed the immersion of a single player game. Now, the one thing I always think is when I played Fallout 3, New Vegas, Fallout 4, I always wondered what it would be like to enjoy it in a co-op situation. And Fallout 76 for me was that option. Now, I am by no means a fanboy of Fallout. This is the first I've really uploaded Fallout. It was a game that I did like to immerse myself in. But again, I did think, what would it be like with other players? So for me, it was a really interesting fact. Now, a lot of players and creators keep referring back to beta. All the footage you see is beta of all the bugs that come up. Now, that's not saying there isn't still bugs at the moment. There is. Show me an online game that doesn't have bugs, please. Please show me one that has not launched with bugs. They all do it. Now, the beta, I know a lot of people felt a bit unjust because the times were restricted. However, I play a lot of betas, and this is a method used by a lot of devs to collect information, to repair any bugs that are found, then upload and republish. I know there was also an issue with PC where it deleted all the game files. Again, it was unforeseen, nothing could happen. People had a cap, I know, for download and they didn't get on the first session. However, Bethesda did issue a longer session next. So people who are referring back to that constantly, I think they kind of made up for what they done, or what the game done in a sense. Now, a lot of people did complain that the times for beta were very short, etc. They didn't get a lot of beta from it. Me and a lot of other people used the method of pre-ordering then cancelling. You still got the code. It was an option, it was in forums, widely spread that you could do it. It was an option. You could also still refund the game whilst it was in beta. It was an option to you. If it didn't like it then, you could have still refunded the game. Now, another huge criticism of the game is the fact there's no NPCs within the game. These were replaced by holotapes. Now, the reason for this is because you can't stand still in an online game and let the world stop around you like it did in Fallout 4 or previous Fallouts. The holotapes are in place simply so the game can continue running. You won't take damage from any AI around about you or anything else. That's how online survival games work. The world is constantly evolving and moving around the player. I know a lot of people like to immerse themselves in the NPC. Me personally, I didn't. Fallout for me was always a game where I could loot, kill, craft and progress. The NPC quests, although the quests were good, the NPCs didn't really manage as a huge factor for me, and for a lot of other players might add as well. A lot of players have the same insight as me of how they want to play the game. Now, for people to solely punish it because it's tried to evolve into an online game, having to use the holotapes is a bit silly. And people then say there's no quest and no storyline. I have honestly never had as many stories and quests going on at one time than I have in Fallout 76. And the fact I can now team up and experience that with friends as well, that's the kind of Fallout game that I actually enjoy, to be honest. Now, I know a lot of the keyboard warrior, people that never played it, watched all the videos, will be straight in the comments attacking the fact the NPCs aren't there. It ain't going to change. I'm sorry, but it's not going to happen. Fallout is now an online game. They may bring out another standalone single player in time, but for the time being, it's not going to happen. but it's still not a reason to completely hate the game. Now, I know a lot of content creators love the fact you could go on console and PC, spam in all the best stuff, make a video about it, and get it out there first. I think they're feeling a bit deprived from that as well, and that's why their hate train is sort of gathering pace as well. They're having to actually grind it out like me and other people are. I mainly do building, so I've had to grind out finding where certain build materials are, get caps for them, get experience to actually use things. It is a long haul, but it's an investment in a game as well. Now, for me personally, I have not encountered any game-breaking bugs on Xbox or PC. As I said, I know they are there. I have heard about them. Personally, I haven't seen them. Now, my frame rate is actually quite good on Fallout. I don't get a lot of stuttering. As I said before, I know the PS4 has had some issues. However, personally, I haven't. The other people that I play with as well, they don't feel the pain either. So it makes me think, are some of these exaggerated? Possibly, but we do know bugs exist. But as I said before, show me an online game that doesn't have bugs. There's also the fact that the game has recently went on sale. Now, this may come to a shock to a lot of people around the world. However, there was this big thing that happens in practically every single country around the world. It's called Black Friday. In recent years, every single shop, every single company who sells assets or merchandise or anything else has joined in Black Friday. Why? Because people specifically save money for this period of time. I know a lot of people are feeling a bit disgruntled by the fact that it's dropped in price. However, I personally got my copy of Fallout 76 from CD Keys the day it launched for £30. Now, unless you wanted to buy the helmet set or anything else, obviously you're going to pay a hell of a lot more. But the standard game could have been found for a lot less than what it actually is in sale in some of the main retailers. This shouldn't become a huge shock to people that Black Friday took place. Now, as I said, this happens every single year. Now, people refer back to other titles that Bethesda have done and say, well, this game wasn't on Black Friday. That's because Black Friday has slowly grown momentum outside of America. Now, the UK didn't really have Black Friday until about 3 years ago. That's when I first heard about it personally. Since then, it's gathered pace into some huge event, which personally is a bit of a scam anyway, because you can get a lot of the items cheaper throughout the year. So it's a non-fight really. So a big deal has been made about that as well. But I just wanted to touch on the point that this is a huge thing that happens every year. Every single game is practically on sale. Now, I know some games went on sale on Black Friday, but a lot of that can be done due to the fact that the actual developers don't want it to go on sale at all. Now, I briefly mentioned some creators and also reviewers have completely slammed the game. Now, I honestly don't understand what game they're playing with some of the stuff they come out with. Honestly, I really don't. If someone was to ask me now, would you recommend Fallout 76? The first questions I always ask are, did you like Fallout 4? And would you like to experience Fallout 4 with friends? If their answers are yes, then I'd say get Fallout 76. If you like a single player soul immersion game which you can go back and forward to, then possibly it's not for you. But that's not to say that you have to review it in the way of no one's going to like it, because people do actually like it. As I said, I'm not a fanboy, and if a game's bad, I am very much one of the first people to say that it's bad. Trust me. I'm not going to lie. I personally enjoy it. A hell of a lot of people that I know personally enjoy it. I've got a Discord full of people that really enjoy it. It just seems to be the minority voice of these reviewers is speaking a lot louder than the people that are actually enjoying the game. As I said, if you like single open world player games, this might not be for you. However, I have played a lot of Fallout 76 on my own and still enjoyed the game. Now, I have criticised the base building for PC, I fixed the problem and went to controller for Fallout. It's now not an issue. The bugs, as I said, are there. I still haven't come across them myself. As I said, I know consoles have got separate issues. But I wouldn't want someone to steer away from a game simply because a reviewer who was expecting one thing and maybe got another, got his knickers in a twist and decided to just bash the hell out of the game. Fallout 76 is not a bad game. I'll be completely honest, it is not a bad game. I have played games in much worse state for roughly the same cost. Take Walking Dead, Overkill. That is a bad game. It is repeat, repeat, repeat. Now, I said this in a video that I've previously done on Walking Dead, Fallout, Overkill. People said, yeah, it's going to be great when it comes out. Don't worry about it. Lo and behold, it was exactly the same. Really bad. So I am not going to lie and say a game is good when it's not. I'll give you the good points and the bad points. But I honestly can't see where a lot of the reviews are coming from. I don't know if they're playing the same game as I am, or playing with the same thoughts. Now, there's one guy who mentioned he's played 30 hours, yeah, he played all the beta, and all the footage he always uses is the beta. Can't really go against that. The beta was supposed to be the beta. Now, I encountered problems slightly in the beta with AI. I've not encountered them again. Yes, I do sometimes get AI that are non-responsive, but in a situation where I'm killing loads of AI at the time, it's helping me if anything. So I really honestly can't see where a lot of them are coming from. But YouTube and the way the world is today, negativity seems to get you more popularity. However, it isn't as bad as people say, and it's only going to get better. You can shop around, and as I said, and get Fallout for a decent price. It is only going to get better. It can't get worse. Now, I can't speak for PS4 because I haven't played it. So you may be thinking that, mate, this is never going to get any better. You may be right. I haven't played it, so I'm not going to sit and say, yes, it's fine. I know it has big dips in FPS, etc. A lot of open world games that I played before, when I had a PS4, it suffered from that problem as well. I can't comment. PC, I've played a hell of a lot of, and I just don't get the issues that people have. Now, I know there's mods that make the game better, and people have criticised that as well. People have also said the engine is old, outdated, etc. This might be a bit of a newsflash to some people, however, Unreal has the same base engine for years. There's a thing called an update that happens, where it updates an engine. Just because an engine is called the same thing doesn't mean to say it's not actually updated in general. Bear that in mind when listening to certain other people. The engine can cope. It works fine for me and PC, as I said. People also say the graphics are really poor. I personally don't come across it. If you've got a very low rig, which is outside the specs, I'd probably suggest yes, you're going to have some sort of graphical issue. There's also one thing to bear in mind. This is an online game. Regardless if you've downloaded the game or not, a good element of this game is online. When you have an online game, it has to render in assets as they move. Different IP addresses, if you like, from other players. If your internet is slow or poor, if you're playing wireless, your game is probably going to hamper from this. Take an example of Rust, for instance. If you play with poor connection, you don't stand a chance, really. You're not going to do very well in a game like that. For online survival games, internet connection is pretty key because you're constantly downloading information. Now, the stash limit, again, it has been mentioned as well about being too low. The reason for this, each player has to load into a world. They're testing at the moment to see how much data can come into a world without the server performance dropping any more than what it is. Once that data is collected and they understand what they can actually bring in, because if you think about it, when you join a world, you're taking your base, your profile, your stash limit, everything is slowly forming into that server and adding to the code of the server. If you had 60 people with stash limits of 5,000 and massive bases coming in all at once, the server would struggle to cope and performance would be hampered. Now, the way they're doing it, I personally agree with, because they're new to this standard of game and how it's going to go. I would rather they limited it now and slowly increased it, so performance, for me personally, isn't as bad as what it could be. So that all being said, as I said before, if you're asking would I recommend this game, the answer is genuinely, honestly yes. If you like Fallout 4 and you want to share it with friends in a co-op environment, then yes, I would honestly purchase it. But if you're on the fence, try and watch streamers who are actually enjoying the game. Don't watch a review of some jumped up guy who is solely looking for views, nothing else but views. And the hate train is getting views at the minute. That is what is really pushing Fallout views. That's honest, that's true. I'm not going to go down that route because I am genuinely enjoying the game, and I wouldn't want someone who could potentially enjoy the game miss out on it.
I go la 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 la.